Terry, I guess with another contest coming up, Young Farmers, your legs are a blur.
Yeah, we've been right around the country. We've just completed 5 out of our 7 regional finals for the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. 2 more, one this weekend, one next weekend, and we're done, finalists all sorted.
So obviously the question is the standard.
Yeah, really, really good. And I think the thing that really astounds me is each year we try and lift the standard of the competition, make it harder, to set the bar a bit higher, and our contestants don't flinch. You know, we're seeing really good, consistent results coming through. Really good combination of new people getting through to grand final and some returning grand finalists who can compete twice. So it's going to be a really good mix for July, that's for sure.
Now, traditionally it's been a male area. How do the women go?
Yeah, again, we've had a better uptake of women entering the contest right from the start, from district final level. We've got a bit more work to do to get parity. But yes, we've had a number of girls in the regional finals. Not one getting through to grand final this year so far.
Yet.
We have had in the past.
Yet, isn't it?
Yeah, we have had a couple in the past, and the weighting of the marks doesn't affect whether a woman can compete equally with a man in terms of the physical strength, because those side of things are less significant than the actual skills, knowledge, and ability that we test.
What I love about what you guys are doing now is it's not just the people who are at the top of the ladder. There's also, you come right the way down to primary school kiddies.
Yeah, so we open up the competition right down to 8-year-olds, and it is beautiful to watch these kids with so much passion about what they're doing and learning skills along the way. And these kids, they start at 8, they're in agri kids until they finish primary school, and they can compete in the TNAG competition, which really is a junior young farmers event where they've got to, they've got to be able to move Honda quad bikes as much as the young farmers do, and yeah, it's great to see.
As far as education is concerned, these agri kids, that's starting at a very young age, isn't it? I mean, it's making farming sexy.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. We've got to actually capture people quite young. The decisions that you make as a young person about what careers you do, what subjects you take at school, you've actually got to hit them by about the age of 8, because those sorts of decision. They might not know the name of their career or the type of thing they want to do in wording, but the concepts start developing. So if we can make, the looking after land, feeding the world, taking care of animals really attractive to young kids, they take that home to their parents, and then these decisions get made to, well, maybe I should take biology or a science or chemistry at school because that's going to help me further along the track. And that's what we're starting to do.
Are we finding that they're starting to grow vegetables at home, or perhaps growing as a class at school?
Yeah, so we're really encouraging at primary school level to have interaction with animals and grow food. They're the 2 sort of key messages.
And once they start to get older, when do they start deciding whether they're going to go into viticulture or management skills or whatever? Yeah,
we run a program called Get Ahead, and it's a careers advice program really. So we run these experience days around the country. This week we're finishing our last 2. We do 10 experience days, right from, I think the first one was in Gore, and the one at the end of this week is in Whangarei. And it's basically showcasing all the different industries that we would consider primary industry. Very little bits to do with on-farm, a lot more about all the other job things, whether it be research, so Ag-Research have a module, whether it be milking systems, engineering, marketing, rural banking, to really sort of open up people's ideas of what careers are out there so they can actually decide what sort of subjects they need to take at school. If you've got a particular interest in economics and accounting and management, great, go and do those things, because we need those people in our industry.
It's interesting, I guess, that if you're sitting watching the televised final and you're looking at the standard of people, it would normally instantly bring in that I couldn't do that. However, by coming up through the ladder.
And the other thing we do at district final level is actually trying to encourage our young farmer members just to have a go. Just do it for a laugh. Learn some skills in the first year you compete. Don't take it too seriously. And then once you actually think, oh, actually, I can do that, that and that, next year I might have a proper go. And that way we can encourage more people to actually start thinking about their skill levels.
Because I totally envy the modern students, whatever you like to call them, because they've got the things that they've got at clubs now at schools we used to get expelled for. Like shooting guns and driving cars.
Yeah, that's right.
So I mean there is a lot of opportunities there, and I guess that sort of scaredness of failure because you couldn't do what that guy up there is doing.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to remove those barriers and actually make it fun. And of course we do make it fun. These are outdoor events that are that are fun to do, and it's just giving people confidence. And if you think about it too, the modern New Zealand farmer isn't just someone who drives a tractor or digs fence post holes. You know, they've got to do a variety of things academically based, you know, making sure their farm runs as a business. They've got to be pretty astute when it comes to decision making on nutrient levels and watering and all those things that are pivotal to any kind of primary industry function. So you can't just be, it's not simply enough to be a good physical farmer. You've got to have all the skills that go around it.
Well, look at the new farm safety laws that you've got to absorb and then patrol and then control and then to make sure they're in place. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
it's very, very technical, Terry, isn't it?
And that's another thing that the FMG Young Farmer of the Year does. We exemplify and showcase best case health and safety. So WorkSafe actually participate in terms of attending our events because they love the fact that we are advocating what best practices, and we penalise our contestants if they do something that is in breach of health and safety best practice.
And as a self-present sort of building for people,
exactly.
it's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Self-confidence is the word I was looking for. I'm having trouble today. With that self-confidence thing, it's a huge thing to build.
Yeah, and just gently change that culture, you know. And it's not to say that all of the older generation don't want to do health and safety. It's just it's a bit foreign. It's a little bit hard to get your head around. Bring the younger people through, it becomes second nature. It's like when I was a kid, we didn't have seatbelts in cars, and my father refused steadfastly to wear one. Whereas these days, we wouldn't think twice about, you know, do you put a seatbelt on or not.
Exactly. We feel naked with that one, Terry. Thank you very much indeed.